Hello friends, I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? Hope it's all great and fantastic. It's New Games Day. I got a delivery today. Two things I expected, two things I did not expect. And I want to give a little talk about them real quickly because it's game night tonight and I was really excited to get at least one of these for game night because I think I could be a little bit more candor. I can mix things up a little bit here that I can't do when I do like an actual review. And so last week, or not last week, I didn't go last week. The last time I went to game night, I was really excited because I finally got to play Lost Ruins of Arnak. And I'm going to do a video on that for the gaming channel, probably shoot it this week, along with some of these, and Sleeping Gods. I got like 4 videos I want to do. But Arnak, we played it and we were like, okay, let's play something else. Like it didn't hit, right? But I fully expect Cascadia to hit. Now, I'm an idiot and didn't get this at Gen Con. I could have gotten it at Gen Con with the Kickstarter exclusive stuff, and I didn't. When I heard it was a continuation of, or like a part of the trilogy of Calico and whatever the other one was called, I kind of ignored it because those games didn't hit for me. But then I saw some playthroughs of Cascadia, and I was like, oh no, this I like. This I like a lot. And in specific, I listened to the first time I gave it a chance, but I immediately ignored it because I was like, those other games, the other two, like they okay. But I heard Rolling Dice and Taking Names talk about it, and they were like, this is excellent. And so I immediately wanted it, and it kicked myself in the butt for not picking it up at Gen Con, because people were saying, go over there, get it. Like, you get a free game if you spend X dollars at AEG. I just didn't. So I was upset about that. But what I really, really wanted was Undaunted Normandy. I've just recently became aware that Undaunted existed. I didn't know that Undaunted was a thing until I saw a video about it on BGG. And from Candace, I think is her name. And I was immediately like, oh, I have to have that, because Chevy has always been really interested in World War II games, and a World War II game that I can play with anybody because it's a deck builder and it's not really a war game. Yes, please. And it's 2-player, and, I have to have this. So I jumped on Miniature Market one day, and they happened to have this, and they happened to have Cascadia. Every place else was sold out of Cascadia, so I immediately ordered both, and I'm really excited about them. I don't think I'm going to get to play Undaunted tonight at game night because it is a 2-player game, and I'd rather just leave this at home and play this here. But Cascadia, I expect will be a big success. I think that the people at game night will really like this. Em and I, as soon as I got the package, I got it at like 11:30, which is about when I take lunch. I ripped it, punched it, we played it immediately, and had a blast. Really solid 2-player game, especially because while we'll do that in the review. It worked really well 2-player. So my very first impression is that's staying in the collection for probably ever. The other 2 things I got are some things from Portal. I wasn't expecting. Beasts is the newest expansion for Neuroshima Hex, the newest army. Just came out this year. Developed by Joanna Kajanka and Michael, I don't know how to say his name. Volchik, I think is how you say his name. I haven't played this yet. I haven't seen anything about this yet. I just knew it was coming, and I was, cool. I need to add that to my Neuroshima box, which has all the other stuff in it. And then Petty Officers, the newest case in Detective. Now, I still haven't played Detective. I'm not going to lie to you. Haven't played it at all. That's not true. Detective happened at a time in Portal games when I started to kind of phase out. I was helping still. I was not writing rules anymore because my rule book sucked. And it's not that my rule book sucked. I didn't have the guts to tell them, no, we're going to do it the correct way. And instead I just kind of tried to polish a rule book that they had written, and it didn't work out very well. So I'd kind of stopped. I wasn't as active with Portal at the time. And Luke came in, and saved the day. Luke Oftanovsky, who's now the head of Portal Games US, stepped in, saved the day. But the problem is I had read most of the Detective stuff. So I still haven't played it, and I haven't played any expansion cases because I don't want to play them until I play the base game, and I don't want to play the base game until I forget it. And I'm pretty damn close to have forgotten most of the stuff. So I think I could probably play it. I did play Detective Season 1, and we enjoyed it, but it's a very light experience. I much prefer Detective, and I have played a little bit of Vienna Connection, which is a little bit more thinky, and then I've played the prelude to Dune, and Dune's not thinky at all. So it's kind of it's more of just a narrative game. But I'm really excited. I really like Mike Selinker. I like the whole Lone Shark team. So I'm really excited to see what they came up with. The problem is it's going to be a while because I want to play the other stuff someday in order and get through the whole detective line. So it's going to be a while on that one. But I'm really excited about Cascadia. I'm really excited about Undaunted. I don't know when I'm going to get to play it. Maybe tomorrow. But yeah, new games. I like new games. And this has been weird. Ignacy asked the other day or not the other day, it's been a couple weeks now, on the podcast that he does with Steven, did the pandemic change your game buying habits? And my answer was yes. Like, prior to the pandemic, I did not buy games, ever. I would go to a convention and trade, and people would give me games, and I would come back with stacks of games. And so I've never really bought games unless it's something super special to me. But this year, I bought games. Like, I've spent hundreds of dollars on games this year, and I've never really done that before. I bought Cascadia and Undaunted from Miniature Market. I bought Arnak at Gen Con. I bought Sleeping Gods at Gen Con. I've never really bought games like this. So I'm really excited to actually be excited about games because it's been a while since I've been excited about them. I think that gaming as a whole, like we've hit that point, that critical point where very few powerful games hit the market each year. And we've kind of come back to where new gamers are starting to discover 10-year-old games and being excited about 10-year-old games. And we're seeing reprints of older games. And I think that's a good time. Like, I think that means that we're in a healthy space in board gaming where we're no longer just chasing the next thing. And I've never been one to chase the next thing. But I did chase Cascadia because it's really good. So there you go. I will be doing a review on that. I will probably do a review on Undaunted. I've got Arnak coming up. I've got Sleeping Gods coming up. And then someday I want to get to the collection and start the video on like why I kept the games that I kept when I culled. So lots to do. Lots to record. I just need to get out here and do it. That's what I have for you today. Are you going to be playing anything new anytime soon? Have you bought... What's the most recent board game you bought? Tell me that in the comments below. And you can tell me why. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends, wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is impute. It is a verb meaning to attribute something, to assign responsibility or blame. The sin I impute to each frustrate ghost is the unit lamp at the Ungert Lion. Though the end in sight was a vice, I say. Robert Browning, a British poet and playwright. Impute. I-M-P-U-T-E. I'm pretty sure I completely butchered that. I have never heard what is frustrate in the Ungert loin. It's not lion, it's loin. Yeah, hopefully some of those words are in here because I've never heard them before.